I'm a little disappointed in myself, but there's a reason why. I drove up here to Chiaha to look for, well, I'm outside Chiaha State Park. I'm in the National Forest now, but I drove up here with the intentions of having a play date with this creek and following it up the other side. But I left my boots in my dad's yard after cutting grass. There's only one thing to do, and that's get these incredible shoes and gorgeous legs wet. So it's not a city creek, so I'm okay with that. If it were a city creek, depending on the city, I would probably head the other direction. I did saturate myself with bug spray. What I want to know is, what is the largest animal in this creek? It's most likely going to be a snake, but I was kind of hoping it might be a wandering snapping turtle headed upstream. Here's some confusion. Do you see the poison ivy in here? It's all pretty and green. And the tallest right there is poison ivy. So I think we're gonna go on further down. My guess is the bug spray does not work on those little tiny gnats that eat your face and get in your eyes and ears, because I put it on, and just like the directions said, I pretended like I was a liberal. I'm just kidding. I just popped a minute. See, something just jumped out there and swam under there. Probably a frog. This water's probably too cold for a snake today, but maybe not. It was a beautiful creek nonetheless. This is poison ivy. You can see the vine as it runs up through there, and it grows tall in hopes that you'll rub all over it. I've never walked up this one before, which means unless you live around here and you do this for entertainment, then you may not have either. And believe it or not, I've been in creeks like this and found humongous snapping turtles. Scientific word for that is humongoid snapperus among us, if I'm not mistaken. I need to ask Turtle Girl up at the animal camp at Chiaha. I don't know if she's still there, but she was down at the at Chiaha Lake in their little it's something more grown up that's show and tell, but it's just really neat. And she has some live turtles in there and other animals. I don't remember what. But she knew her Turtleiana facts, and she was cool. I think I made a video. I think my oldest squirrel was with me when I went. So we may not find anything. We should not find a single piece of garbage in this creek. Not a minuscule, teeny tiny piece of anything. The only things I found in the creeks up here, I did find a Garmin, pretty expensive two-way radio. And when I got in this creek, there was some trash laying by the road. But what we may do, I think we're going to do, is flip a rock under here and see if there's anything alive. Hopefully we come across Salamandrus amogalus, a rare beach creature. Doesn't live there. Hey, it's like a mirror. You ever heard the saying when somebody shows up and they look rough, you say, man, did you brush your hair in a puddle this morning? Dude, if you'd be quiet, you could hear animals or see something. I know, I'm looking. I just realized something too, that walking up through this probably takes away the bug spray off the legs, which is okay. These usually are very ready to fall apart when you pick them up. Do not know what they are. Didn't get the chance to fully open, so we will provide an assist. Aren't they cool? I think so too. You know, a lot of things cross my mind when I'm wandering through places like this. I wonder what it was like, not just 100 years ago, because that was 1925. No, it wasn't. Okay, there's one. Yes, it was 1925. Well, I wonder what happened to that fella. It has not been dead long. Maybe it is asleep. I will put it back in to its habitat. Just sit right there until I walk by. Then the waves will knock it off and it'll be upside down again. So maybe not 100 years ago, 1925, even then maybe, but 200 years ago. There's a lot of bugs in the face. I just wonder what it was like walking up through here. I wonder if it was just like it is right now. you know, these two hills were here. That hill was there and that hill was here. And the water had always washed between the two, burrowing out a channel for the water to flow. But I wonder 200 years ago, that would be 1825. Okay, I know what people were like in 1825. Let's go to 1725. I've seen movies depicting the 1725s. 1625. I wonder if someone was walking around up here. 1625, Alabama was not an Alabama. But I know it's silver and it's shiny and I gotta pick it up. So the Indians were here, of course, in the 1700s, the 1600s. There's a little bitty miniature crawling fish. And I missed it. So we'll put that back since it lives there. Just wonder what it's like. I wonder if there were kids. You know, the people indigenous to Alabama, I wonder if they were up here playing. And I'm also wonder if I can walk up this without it turning or falling. The only thing that's going to change it is getting bit by something like a hornet. That's similar to a cornet, but not at all alike. I see quartz. I see those. A lot of ferns. That's beautiful up here, isn't it? That's where we came from. Oh, I miss my kids when they were little. Man, this is all we would do. We would go and we'd gently flip rocks and look what was under them. And if there was something there, we'd catch it and look at it and hug it and cuddle it and call it our own, then we would set it free. Now here I am. Wandering alone. Oh, about to fall down on that slick rock. That gave me one of those hard, prickly chills up my spine when I almost fell. I just slipped. And thanks to my handheld chimeric device that has stabilization, you don't know. I almost fell. This is quartz and a virtual myriad of other things. This rock has been up here a couple of storms or rains because the leaves are on there. Oh, it's leveling out. This is where we might see some life. Look at this piece of quartz. Isn't that cool? They say if there's quartz and there's black sand, you can stand at the microphone stand, sing a song about a rubber band man. Now up here in those rocks, if you go stick your arms in all the crevices, you hear a like a hissing noise, but it'll be really quick, like little tiny rattles. And when you hear that, what you want to do is take your arm out if you're okay. And don't ever do that again. Now here is a Country Creek treasure. It is not opened up yet. And since it is done, we will open it. How many petals does it take to get to the center of this flower? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then number 10. And there it is. The internal part of a flower is called the pestilence. I'm just kidding. And when you disassemble it completely, it looks like that. Fun facts for fun people. Not so fun facts if you're not a very fun person. I'm cracking myself out. There's a trash can. Well, that's no fun. This must be part of the Pine Holy Trail. You put on your walking shoes and you walk. But you do not flip a rock on the Pine Holy Trail. Because if you do, it'll be upside down. I have no cellular service. So I consider myself off-grid. Some beautiful white oaks, a massive pine, dogwoods, a trash can with a jar in it. The interesting thing about the jar is I saw one on the road. That is a piece of a jar. I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna go find out. Cause I got this freaky snealing. It's gonna be nasty inside. Well, I could have just hung a right and gone to the creek over there. But why didn't you do that? Well, I just didn't have a plan at the time. I've never been up this far in this creek. I would like to see a rattlesnake from a distance. A frog just jumped off. No reason to whisper after they jump off, dude. Yeah, I know. I just wanted to see it. You can see where all the water just goes crazy and comes down through all these hillsides through this little valley area right here. And it cleans the top of the terra firma. You know, I got on the old computer the other day. That's not that old. Where did the water go? Oh, it's over there. And I saw that there were alligators, not just spotted, but they had been there. Not like spotted, like a spotted skink. Okay, now I want to go over here and look at this square rock. It's disturbing me. As well as that trash bag. Square rock appears to be woman-made. But the question is, who would walk all the way out here and put it there? Who? And another piece of a ball jar lid. And a spoon that has seen its better few minutes. So the only places out here, like most of them, that you're gonna find trash is where the people are. The water appears to be slowing down. And if you follow this all the way up, you'll hit the main north-south end of Skyline. I don't know the original number, and it may not be called Skyline on this side, but that's where you will end up. You have to, because that's where the hills are. And it will go under the road up there. I don't know how many videos will have been released on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. When this one comes out, before this one comes out, but there have been concerns about my whereabouts. Whereabouts are you, boy? Well, I'm over here in the woods. So far we've seen one large, big crawfish that appear to be no longer with us. And one baby. There's gotta be some animals out here. So I ask yourself, if you were me and you were here, then I would be you sitting there watching this. If you broke your leg since I was sitting there watching you, or you fell and cracked your melon, and next thing you know, you're laying in the water with a cracked melon, you're alive. You are alive, but you're knocked out, and you're not under the water enough, and you wake up, and it's midnight. It's after midnight. We're gonna let something just bit the harmonic balancer off my leg. That's okay. That's what you get, dude, for not wearing boots. Not having any bug spray on. Well, I have bug spray, but you know what I got to thinking the other day? It's unimportant right now, so we got to finish the first story. What would you do if you broke a body part out here? Let's say something inside your skin, some of the stronger materials that hold you upright, you broke one of those pieces and you're out here. How would you get help? I was thinking, let's say if I was laying right there, I could take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 strands of grass. And if I could make it to this sandy spot, I would lay them like this, and it'd be like this. And I would spell out the word help with all 11. I may even use 12 and put an underline right there. Then I could hope that someone would fly over and see that. That's about all you can do. Yeah, this is pretty cool right here. It's crazy, even when I was miniature in both height and girth. I always feel like somebody's watching me. I just heard something. Ooh. There's this dude. Okay, we got footprints. Doe, a deer, a female deer. Then you get this. That's deer. Maybe that's what I heard. The deer tracks go over here and over here. They go up through here. Yeah, this is national forest, and you can come out here and harvest the deer if you so desire. Okay, I see 3 fish. And they stop and they're hiding under the bank. And frogulation. That thing must have been feeding a little froggy. Let's get down here in case something else jumps in. We can capture it. You know, a lot of things cross my mind when I'm flipping through looking for something to watch or look at newest movies, and I've kind of gotten, well, my bride and I've kind of gotten into apocalyptic type movies. It's hard to find a good, solid, clean one without a bunch of cussing. And you could still make a good movie without cussing so much or having naked people on it. I'm just unsure why that seems to be a constant in the world of movie making. And maybe that's what people want to see. If I want to see a naked person, I will take off my clothes in front of a big mirror, get a jar of peanut butter, and try to open it. Now that's beauty. Sorry. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. I didn't make it up. It was on a TV show. Anyway. Okay, we got a problem here. I got 2 ways to go. But anyway. There is a piece of a barrel over there on the edge. See, these are the kind of things that I want to see. You gotta ask yourself, will that hold you? It really doesn't matter right now. I'm wanting to know if it'll hold me. I did it. I did it. There's a piece of a barrel. But what I gotta know, is it a piece of a barrel? I've never seen a barrel with heavy iron like that. Let's look under it and put it back since there was a widow spider under there. I'm covered in spider webs and little miniature spiders running all over my shoulder. That's okay. When they hatch, they want to get as far away as they can after they eat their mother. So I'm actually helping in sustaining life up here. Where did the creek go? I don't know. There was a point to me bringing up the movie thing. I'm unsure what it was. But if it comes back to you, let me know so we can finish it up. Ooh, those are birds. They're pitching a fit. They're saying, hey, somebody's up here. I want to walk this whole thing. I always ask myself when I'm out like this too, what if there was a big old grizzly bear standing up there? You wonder if they just smile and wave and you could throw a peanut and everything would be cool. Then you remember, That probably wouldn't work out. We're pretty far upstream and there's a storm brewing. This is the calm before the storm. Right now my phone says sauce and has a little airplane. Yeah, I thought so too, but it's not. It is a rock. So let's travel this way. I got a virtual myriad of items in my right shoe. The cool thing about it is it does toughen up your feet. Let's say you don't get out enough like you did when you was a little kid. And you didn't care if you had on shoes, if you had on a coat, or if you had on a shirt. You did not care. Your goal was to get outside and enjoy everything. This is cool the way it washes. I wanted to see this piece of metal over here anyway. The only way that this piece of metal could have got here. I'm not gonna mess with it. Was a tornado. The only other way the majority of the trash in Alabama is distributed is by people that live semi near me. For some reason, they throw everything out the window. I don't know why. And like Anastasia Lennox, I ask myself, why I. And then I say it again and I start off with tell me. And the answer never comes clear. But I still look for it. You know, I think I know a little bit about snakes. Enough about snakes not to get hurt or bit by those that I should not be getting bit by. I throw hurt in the category of simply bit and bleeding. That's your average B&B, bit and bleeding. But there's a multitude of Facebook pages where people post snakes and they say, help, please identify this in my driveway, in my yard, in my couch, or in my bathroom. And I say, oh, that's a common midriff Laduscus, an average house snake that you should enjoy and embrace. And then next thing I know, someone says, no, that is a venomous cottonmouth, aka watered moccasin. Oops. Oh, I made it up. Do not embrace, love, or call it your own. So I zoom in and I do a little search, and lo and behold, they're right. Absolutely right. So then I ask myself, am I worthy? Then I remind myself, sure. You know better than to snatch one up before you Google it. Then I tell myself, yeah, you're right. And when we're done having a pretty deep conversation, we press on. Then I get this amazing idea, I think. You know, it would look sweet. Hook your GoPro to the end of this, hold it low, and walk through some. Oh my goodness. Spidered webs come among them. And walk through some cool looking fernation. I bet it would be really look sweet on video. I don't know if you've ever seen a fern. Huh. Spiderweb. Before it fully becomes fernated. Huh. These are all scientific terms. There it is. There it is in its early stages. There it is a little later. And the next thing you know, it does its last final curl and it'll stand up strong. But yeah, that's a scientific explanation of fernation. If you're asking yourself who dressed him this morning, take this blouse for example, and this green hat. I know they're not the most matchability things you've ever seen in your life, but I left my pretty white hat at the base camp. I had no intentions of coming out here and showing this. Watch this impressive camera ability. But I'm here. And this was the shirt. This struck my fancy. And next thing you know, we're out in the 100-acre wood. Can you see that stick in the video? Dude, why don't you be a little more professional? Move the stick, then hold the camera. Well, then you can't see me. Oh, there's a lot to learn about this trade. That is a human mandible. That is part of a human skull. I pulled it out. This is very disturbing to me. I pulled that out. I thought that was the points to a young buck. But I have spent enough time identifying deceased people by their dental records to know they did not have their molars removed and were all the way down to first, second bicuspid, cuspid, and the laterals. I don't know what to do. I mean, I know what to do. I'm just a long way from anywhere. I tell you, the biggest thing that's bothering me right now is my heart's breaking, and I mean this literally to the point of it kind of makes me want to cry, because somebody was looking for that person. And maybe I shouldn't have shown you so much, but we are created in the image of the Lord. I was going to be stupid and funny and pull it out and say, this is an adult male buck, actually young buck. Now my chest is pounding a lot. There's not many things that shake me up anymore. But it's breaking my heart. I'll give you an update later. I'm sorry, y'all. Thanks for watching my videos. I marked the, I was gonna go. I marked the location. I'm gonna go back and notify. Not notify, I'm gonna go find a cop. Or a game warden or something. You know, it's not easy. The people that I worked with in the military, I never went to combat, even though that's what I was sent for. But we did have situations where we had to identify people or save people or whatever, and you know what I mean. And it always hurts. It always broke my heart. I'd always go back alone somewhere and cry. And I just can't do that right now. So we'll see what happens. So we got sheriff here, we got investigators on the way, and he has a dog in there, a bloodhound. So this is not a video for entertainment purposes or not. I just want you to know, and even the director up here at the park, who's an incredible lady, her name is Shonda, not her. Man, that is the loudest, most obnoxious car I think I've heard, well, in the past 5 minutes anyway. And she wants to see closure on this too, with, you know, find out who it is.
Wait.
So there he is. Is he just slim, or is he, that's what their size, because I'm used to seeing them sitting on a porch and they're so big. Oh, so pretty.
Very young. So
oh, okay.
This is a bloodhound. He's very young.
The
He's
bloodhound.
right about 90 pounds. He's expected to get to about 120.
Opie.
His dad was 120 pounds. So.
Really?
Puppy. That's a big, big puppy.
Yeah.
Look at this ear. You can make a whole sandwich out of that. Isn't that a poor puppy? Oh, okay, cool.
Well, if it's a turning.
So we're heading out, going down there now to see what's going on. There's certain times when you do not run stop signs, and that's when an investigator, a deputy, and another policeman is behind you. I like Shonda, that's the head of everything up here at Talladega State Park. I hope this now turns into a case. I hope that they can finish it and give somebody closure. So like I say, I didn't dig anymore. This was right here. I don't know, maybe backwards, but I don't know what that is. There's more stuff up there.
How far up?
It's on up around the corner and everything, but you know, where people have been there, like an old rotten wooden spoon and you know, a little bit of trash, but So now we're walking back to the campsite where I found the wooden spoon in the garbage, because they're thinking that may be where it washed down from. Yeah, it's not far, up around this corner.
You see where he was living here.
So there's 1, 2, 3.
Probably. Yeah, the cheapest one, okay.
So now it's just a matter of walking around and finding anything that may pertain to what they think happened. There was some sort of clan up here, not like that kind of clan, but a group, and their chief is still missing. So what I came here looking for to begin with was snakes or anything alive. Here's a wing off a monarch butterfly, and there's a deer shed that's already became food for chipmunks and rats.
The next morning, pile of bear poop.
Dig it for DNA. Yeah, right here's the original crossing.
Oh, okay.
Across these rocks right here.
Yeah. So we're out here with the actual sheriff now. Huh?
There was kids living out here.
There's toys up there.
Yeah.
There's the bouncy ball and some other.
Well, I was not the sheriff at the time.
There's a sticker. Just letting you know.
Oh, thought you seen a snake.
Oh,
When they got here, when they got up to that camp that day after the...
my goodness.
The whole torso is somewhere. But we think the dozer covered it up. Because they pushed up big burns as they were going off to the side. So they come in all the way around this ridge, they went all the way to the camp.
Yeah, way back there.
They tore down there. They took backhoes back there and piled everything up and burned it. Would you prefer it in plastic or paper? Paper.
Okay. That's it. Turned out to be quite an interesting situation. I'm trying to figure out where this noise is coming. There it is. So long story short, to wrap up this video, there was a cult up here just a few years ago, and they ended up having 2 people that wanted to be chief, and one of them took the life of the other one, and then after that they was running out of food and water in that same camp spot where I found the spoon and other things, and there was a bucket on a tree and clothes here and there. That was all part of it. And what is that? I can't stand rattling in my wagon. Anyway, then after that, a couple from Florida stopped on this road because they saw 2 ladies that needed help, and that turned into a shootout situation, and the guy from Florida lost his life. They told me a lot more details, but it's horrible. And so these remains that I found are one of the chief that did not make it. And anyway, that's it. Horrible ending to Easter So if I remember, well, I'll remember. Yeah, usually my videos don't need parental discretion or whatever, parental guidance, but this one, you know, might not be for everybody. Thanks for watching my videos.